beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversation with the Ancients. I just realized I misspelled Eclipse in the title of this show.
Well, we are human. What do you want?
I am most definitely human. Oh, and tonight, Heather and I welcome Valerie from Illumination Portal, our astrology person of the month. Every month. Hey, Suzanne, Amanda, Carol, Illumination Portal. Hey, how are you guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And tonight, it's going to be exciting. Let's see, where is my... I want to see how this works. Okay,
Good.
you need to be...
Just need to move. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, hi, Leah, White Dragon.
Hi, White Dragon.
Oh, man, the tribe is pouring in. I love it, love it, love it.
I do too.
Thank you guys for being here. So excited to see you.
Do you mind if I...
Pisces, I always misspell those, Amanda says. Me too. Hey, Kim B. And Leah says, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Leah says, Val, I was born on a full moon in Virgo, so it's repeating.
Very cool. Do you know if it was under eclipse? It's kind of, could have been, if you're under a full moon in Virgo. Definitely could have been.
Hey, Suzanne G, welcome. I'm excited for this show tonight. It's insane out there.
Yeah, well.
And the White Dragon is right. Everything is getting all twisted up.
What is looming in the horizon that is twisting space up? Why did you say that? I just saw this picture of the moon today. I was had YouTube on in the background, and it was talking about the moon and how this wave goes over the moon every full moon. This really strange wave, and you could actually see this wave happen. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Have you seen that before?
I haven't seen it.
I have no idea what show it was. You know how they just automatically play stuff, and I was doing other things and wasn't really paying attention until he started talking about the wave, and I actually saw it, turned around and looked at it, but I'm sure it's in my history.
Why? Wonder what the wave meant.
I just got Gerald to say yes to coming back for part 2.
Yay!
Yay! That's
exciting. That will be fun.
Oh, I'm waiting for dinner. Yeah, after the show, my granddaughter coming over.
What you having for dinner?
Yeah, what are you having, Gerald?
Send some our way.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna play pictures all night long.
It's so good to see everybody. Take a couple deep breaths. We're gonna need them. This is actually a very good full moon, even though it's an eclipse. But right, we're in the middle of we got a Pisces pile up that is just going.
It is a pile up, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's going to be there even in April. A lot of it is, and the thing is that Pisces, we've been under those frequencies, right, for the last couple of months. Oh, what's for dinner? Oh, you don't know. Oh,
he's hoping for ice cream drumsticks.
I'm with you on that. Drumsticks. I love them.
I don't think I've had one since I was probably 12 years old.
A long time.
It's been a while.
I've had one with you. Sorry.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Okay. That's okay. So it's a lot. So I'm just waiting. I guess everybody say hi and get some drumsticks rolling around. Oh man, wouldn't that be nice to share drumsticks?
Yeah.
Together.
One of these days.
Yeah. So that Pisces parallel, right? And that it is so important because we're at the North Node is now in Pisces.
Right.
Virgo is in the South Node. So this full moon lunar eclipse is sitting, the moon is sitting on the South Node. So what are we releasing? What are we being, and we all got stuff, habits and things, that we could release things and maybe eat better, the typical lineup of stuff. Quit your bad habits. But that's not all of it, right? Because this is really a lot bigger than that. And as I was diving into this all week, I was like, oh my gosh. Virgo and Pisces, we all have these in our chart, right? And it's going to be at 23 degrees degrees of moon and sun. The sun is in Pisces, the moon is in Virgo. The sun is over there with the North Node, Neptune, Saturn. It's a big pile up of planets there that are right at the last degree. I don't know if you remember me talking about the last degree of the zodiac is 29 degrees Pisces.
Mm-hmm.
0 degrees Aries is the beginning of the zodiac, and that always happens on the equinox, right? But we have planets that are going to cross over this 29-0 pretty much all year. Now, Venus and Mercury's not retrograde yet, but he's the ruler of this full moon in Virgo. Mercury rules Virgo. Okay,
right.
So he's going to go retrograde on the 15th, the very next day. So this is saying a lot to us. Venus has already gone retrograde. She went on the 1st. So
right.
They're going to travel back over 0 and 29 and then come back over 29 and 0. Later on in the fall, Saturn and Neptune will travel. Well, they're both going to enter Aries. Let me back up. Sorry. Neptune will enter Aries for the first time in 165 years.
Wow.
On March 30th.
What happened 165 years ago when Aries was?
I'm going to try to put what I can, okay. What I mean. There's a lot of stuff happened. And then on May 25th, Saturn's going to go to 0 degree Aries. But first, right, they first hit 29 and then they go 0. So Neptune is just essentially sitting on the very last degree of the zodiac. Neptune in Pisces represents spirit to me. This is telling me, my guides say, that we're entering a higher consciousness reality, society. Okay, now it's not going to just happen overnight. And with all, this it's a death and a rebirth. Death and rebirth. Yeah. And it's going to happen all year, right?
Okay.
Now, if we can think about what we've been doing the last 5 years, many of us really got in touch with ourselves, our skills and abilities, especially our intuitive, psychic abilities, mediumship, energy healers. That's all Pisces energy, okay? And that's really been happening to us since 2012, if we want to go out that far. But here he is going to sit on 29 degrees all month. And it's that energy that cracks open people to connect more deeply to their heart and their soul.
Go deeper.
Yeah. So we're going to see
really nitty gritty.
Right. We're going to see a lot of people waking up. We're going to see a lot of things. Now, and I got to say this, there's the low side of Pisces in Neptune is illusion, delusion, division, confusion, not knowing where to go, who's telling the truth, and really isn't that all around us? Who's telling the truth? So this brings me to what this full moon lunar eclipse is really about. We've been connecting with our hearts, with our souls, with everything in us. We've been really honing in those psychic abilities, those intuitive abilities. but Virgo's been never there. Now Virgo gets a bad rap, but Virgo really just wants clarity. They get detailed. They're very good at putting things together. But as I'm looking at this all week, I'm going, our society has been built in such a way where it has not been for, let's say it like this, for the regular citizens, humanity's best interest. We always kind of just had to get along to go along, or go along to get along, or whatever it is. We were taught and our parents and their parents were taught to ignore our gut instinct, which is Virgo. Virgo rules the gut. Virgo rules the digestive system. Virgo rules the stomach. How many people do you know have stomach issues? And I'm not blaming anybody. This is a big deal. To me, this has all been on purpose. Hi, Mika, goddess, haven't seen you in a long time. So has our psychic abilities. We just had enough courage for us here at our age, the crone age, to go ahead and really connect to that.
Yeah.
So these two parts of our chart they've been, I'm not even going to say kind of, purposely disrupted. We were told not to trust our gut. We were told not to trust voices in our head or things we think we know. And to me, this is what this is now. Remember, the nodes are right now in Pisces. Pisces is the way forward. Virgo is the way behind. They all have good attributes. They all have.
Answer a couple of questions about Virgo before we move on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Gerald asked, so people were told to ignore their natural Virgo abilities. Yep. Regardless of where it falls in their chart.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's the same with Pisces. Like we all have these in different areas of the chart, and we all have different aspects of those in our charts. But this overall energy is affecting us, affecting everyone. Okay, so if I go back, well, Pisces is the north node and put Virgo's the south node. They'll be in there for 18 months. They just changed. The nodes just changed on January 11th.
All right.
Because I'm sitting here, everybody knows the lower end of Virgo, it could be hypercritical, could be, nothing's ever good enough. And they're chasing their tail. But isn't that what we were taught? Find this perfection, right? This elusive perfection. Right? And here we are, all trying to find this elusive perfection that doesn't exist. But if we use the other parts of Virgo that are beneficial, where detail-oriented, getting things done, lining things up. I have a cat that is really banging on a door, and I don't know why. Sorry. Buddy, come here. I guess he's hungry. I forgot to feed him. Not like there's no food out there. Sorry. So
that's okay. We can say hello to some people that came in, like Kim B and Heavenly Blessed Honey. Hi, Linda Gonzalez, Suzanne. Welcome, you guys. And Mika Goddess and Beltane and Lauren Huntsinger, my fellow dragon. Nice to see you guys. Thanks for being here.
So Virgos are very detail oriented.
My mother was a Virgo.
But you remember the unsavory parts of her Virgo, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not real excited about
very
that.
Critical.
Yeah, it's hypercritical.
Perfection was a thing with her, for sure.
Yeah. And there isn't.
Of course not. And you want to be perfect anyway.
Well, and see, this is my God's key, because every time I do a reading, I don't know why this perfection things keep coming up, right? And my guides say everything is perfect. If you look at it like that, you're not chasing this, this perfection.
I think that's one of the hardest lessons that we learn is that we're perfect just exactly like we are. At this particular moment in time, we're absolutely perfect to be whoever it is we are.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever happened yesterday, it doesn't friggin' matter.
Yeah,
Today's the only day that matters, and who you are
yeah.
today.
If we go with the, we're only alive in this moment, and if we can stay in the moment the best we can, yes, perfectly imperfect.
I
That
love that.
is, if
As
you're
it is.
going in the past, you're in depression. If you're going in the future, it's anxiety. And think about how hard our nervous systems have been hit. Think about how many people walk around with anxiety. I'm one of them.
Oh,
Like,
hell yeah.
my Virgo is, I have Pluto and Mars conjunct, so those are not two easy planets in Virgo, and they're right next to each other. So I mean, I've been working with this, trying to understand that in my own chart, and then
Mhm.
this week when it all just kind of hit me like that, I was like, whoa, because we try to follow the way the society's built and how things are, and we think, oh, all these people with money or whatever are perfect. That's how come they have money. I mean, think about it. We think like that. We believe that there's this
Wow.
something about having all your ducks lined up in a row, and every one of us do. We do. We're very hardworking people. This is all our Virgo traits. We're reliable. We're logical. We're modest. And Virgos are also the earth angels. When you're dealing with a high, and we're all like, I hate to say lower, higher vibration, but that's really the truth. We got
That's exactly what it is. It's a frequency.
Mhm.
right,
It's all
and
about
we're
the frequency.
Yeah.
right. So we're always somewhere in the middle, and or doing our best to be there. But whose mind doesn't, in Virgo, Mercury rules Virgo. That rules the mind. So your mind, I know my mind used to torture me, literally torture me day in, day out. We all have that Virgo part of us that does that to us. Instead of using the attributes that really would benefit us, we've been conditioned to use that perfection thing, that you're just never going to be good enough, no matter what you do. So Pisces is over there saying, dream, that's what he's been saying all month. Dream, imagine, really get yourself into feeling what this new you is, because this is what we're doing. We're recreating ourselves anew.
That
And
is really true. I've gone through an incredible transformation since I've been here the last year. It'll be a year, coming up to a year, and
mhm,
I'm not the person that arrived here by
no,
any stretch of the imagination.
mm-mm.
Mhm.
And we're not, and that is on purpose, because more of our divine higher self is coming in as we've released a lot of that deep dense baggage in
Mhm.
us, right? And many of us have. I mean, we still have health challenges. Virgo rules health, but Virgo wants solutions. If we could look at that perfection as there's a solution, we just haven't been taught the solution.
Yeah.
We've been taught to rely on an outside, whether it's a priest or somebody else connecting us to God, or medical. And I'm not saying, I believe natural and holistic medicine and, um, to, you know, current medicine work really good together if you need that. But we're the ones who have to figure that out. I can't
Yeah.
rely on someone telling me what I need to take to feel better. I'm the only one who really has that power. And this is what Spirit's trying to say to us this whole next year and a half, as Pisces is in the North Node and Virgo's in the South Node. This is emotional release on this full moon.
Yeah.
So use this because it's an eclipse. I would use this to release really the deep stuff.
Anything and everything you can.
The deep beliefs, like even the things that you might not even, because I didn't realize how much I was striving for perfection, until this was brought up to me, and I'm like, oh man, just be. I've been being told to just be for months, but I'm thinking, well, I got to do this, I got to do it like this, I got to be more perfect, and
Oh, that's a
it
sucky one to have. That's
it
a
Yeah.
eats
that's
your mind, but we all have it. These two parts of the chart have been hit like no other. on humanity. And it really just was like a huge eye opener to me this week. Like, so how do we fix that, right? How do we go
We
in
want
and,
solutions.
huh?
We want solutions.
We do. We want solutions, and that's exactly what I'm all about. That's why I got into astrology to begin with. I wanted solutions. I wanted to know why of a million things, and I pretty much
That's
got
cool.
a lot of answers. But I'm not perfect, but I want solutions. So humanity. How does humanity raise in frequency as we are ascending and we're evolving and we're elevating? It's individual. It's by us doing the individual work. But this is giving ourselves grace and ease, right? We have to let go of the um,
I've
distorted.
really added that to everything. Grace and ease are,
Yeah.
I think just grace and ease, grace and ease.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
anything I want, I ask for that or something better.
I mean, that's
With grace
exactly
and ease.
where did I write
It's
down?
easy to say about anything. Let the traffic get me home with grace and ease. I mean, you can use it anywhere.
Yeah, and you want to use this in the immediate and moment to moment, because that's
Yeah.
kind of what Virgo is. Virgo rules the sixth house. That's your house of everyday living, your everyday activities, your healing,
I have
your
Virgo in my 5th house, I
and
believe.
and so um as Virgo has these beautiful, beautiful attributes that we can strive for. We don't, okay, they didn't even like the word strive. They're like, just be. I mean, they're literally screaming in my head, just be, not screaming, but you know what I'm saying. And I'm asking, okay, so how do we do that? Because you got to see each Virgo and Pisces are across the wheel, right? And Diana will tell you this. It's an opposition conjunction. I forget how she says it, but you get the highest attributes of each one, and this usually comes over time, with age and maturity, and
Right.
you're vibing both of those back and forth. They're coming in for you. They're working for you. All the planets work for you. Can they work
Absolutely.
against you? Absolutely. But we didn't even know that we were being duped,
Right.
really, you know?
Yeah.
So now it's like the solutions, and we have this whole month, I would say a month and a half, to really we're in that liminal space. We're in that in between space where we're bringing, you got to think Virgo is mind, body, soul. And Pisces is spirit, and we're connecting all those to our heart. So once you have your heart as the leader, the mind and the ego and the body all work for the heart, and it becomes just second nature. But that is not easy to do. Our aspects have been separated on purpose and trashed over and over and over again. I mean, this is just like it's part of how humanity is, well, at least in the US, how we're to fit in to our
Mhm.
society, right? So, um, how do we do it? How do we? Well, we got our psychic abilities. A lot of us here, a lot of us are healers, right? And if it really just comes down to staying in that moment and
It
being in
was.
grace and ease and making that choice.
Because it is a choice.
I mean, it was just mind blowing to me. Okay,
Growing
so
up with a Virgo mother, it it was a problem, that perfection thing, for many years, but I'm an old lady. I gave up on that a long time ago.
but that's still okay. That's part of the brainwashing, right? The conforming,
Mhm. Oh,
because okay,
absolutely. She was all about what would the neighbors think and all that sort
yeah,
of thing. Very, it was the 50s and 60s. It was all about
Yeah, keeping up with the neighbors.
Yeah, it was a weird time in our history, but I, being born in the 50s, came of age in the late 60s and early 70s, so I was out there protesting.
I was there. My mom would take me. I was young, but and that's
be caught dead.
Do what?
My folks wouldn't be caught dead doing that.
Well, and see, well, look at over time how things have evolved, right?
How we evolved.
Yeah,
we have evolved. I mean, in the 60s, the hippie movement was one of those points. The 80s, I mean, we've been evolving the whole time because we question. Well, who said it had to be like that? Who said? I mean, how many times have you seen
I
that?
really never did like being in a box.
No, not at all.
I never stayed in it.
In fact, I think every test I ever had said I had issues with authority.
Yeah, I know. And here we are. This is really a serious moment in time as the external world is wanting to come in and put us back in a box.
There's
no chance it's never going to happen. They're just
this is what we make sure it never happens. So we have use these attributes in us, our Virgo part, our Pisces part, our Taurus part, all of it, and use it to. I'm not saying go fight. I'm not saying be unrealistic or a horrible person. I'm saying this is about us standing up for ourselves as we stand up for ourselves.
It's about humanity. It's about our planet. It's about each and every one of us that reside on this earth. They're destroying the earth. They're destroying humanity. It's time for us to get off our apathetic butts and do what we can, whatever that is for you.
Now, see, and this is where it gets really gray and foggy, right? Because we want to, get off your butt, or this one do this. We were purposely told these lies so we would conform to their version of society. I mean, we're easily manipulated. We have TV. As soon as the TV came in, that pretty much
they've been subliminally messing with us since day one.
Exactly. So now we have the choice, right? But look what they're doing. Not only are they trying to take our freedom and our rights, right? They're hitting us in our safety and security.
Yeah.
No, nobody wants that hit. Nobody. And it's like standing up for ourselves and each other is going to really be important. Absolutely. I hope it goes away really soon and it's not a big bump in the road. But I always said it was bumpy.
Be prepared for it. You have to be prepared.
Right. So
okay. So
as the established way of our old foundations are crumbling, we're creating a new foundation, and we do that by moment to moment.
And dreaming big outside the box.
Yes.
Justice for all, unity consciousness, unconditional love.
Yeah. And authenticity, integrity, truth. I mean, that's our solid foundation, and that comes from being in our heart. The ego, the mind, the body all work for the heart.
A ton of shadow work, because that's what this last few months has been all about.
Yep. It's really been interesting to see it. But man, when I saw that, how important this node, this season of Pisces and the Virgo nodes, Pisces North Node, Virgo South Node, I was like, this is the year and a half that we are going to come into our own. That I mean, I would never talk to people and talk down to them or any of the things that have been perpetrated on us as a society for so long, that it's so normal that we think that's the way it should be. When all of us will say on some level, why is there so much government red tape or whatever? There's all these things that we all know are not in our society's benefit, yet they just continue to go on and on and on. And until we get real with ourselves and take care of our own safety and security, and that's a hard thing to do, to say, okay, I don't even care if you cut off my Social Security. I'm going to take care of myself. But how do you say that?
Yeah.
How do you say that to somebody? And that's where coming in as community, we already have an online community, but finding communities close to you that are like-minded, that have the same values you do, values and beliefs. And
In
that's
your
a big
neighborhood, it's
yeah.
important. Build community within your neighborhood if you can. If you don't fit in with your neighborhood, find people somewhere in your town that you can connect with. At this time, it's really important. There's a lot of people with that are going to need a lot of things. Like my granddaughter's lost her Medicaid.
Already?
Gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. It was gone at the end of February, and it won't be renewed.
How did that happen pretty quick? I didn't know it was
Yeah,
happening that quick. How can that be? They haven't even been in there a month.
I don't know. She got the letter.
And see, and it's going to affect everybody in their family.
And she immediately went in the hospital the day after it was cut off. She's been in the hospital ever since.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And this is, the rest of the world, well, the rest of the free world, they have, universal health care. They don't have to put up with stuff like this because everybody pays for everybody else. And this is where they're trying to dismantle that even worse than it already is. We already have the worst system out of the
You mean health system?
Yeah.
But it's pitiful. It is
Yeah.
just horrible. I would try to make an appointment with a new endocrinologist here. Maybe a week ago. The earliest I could get in was July. Like, what?
Be gone
And
by
you talk about England and how the medicine works over there. I never waited any time at all for a doctor's appointment.
It's just we've had what we've had because I don't care, Democrat, Republican at this point.
It doesn't matter.
If you're not for the people and supporting the people who are paying taxes and all the taxes got skimmed off, what happened to America's infrastructure? We don't even have trains, except for the Amtrak. There's just so much is wrong, and it didn't really have to get to this. But instead of it being honest and really thoroughly, thoughtfully planned out, they just kept showing us their infighting, the division between, well, this one supposedly believes this and this one supposedly believes that. But then the other day, 10 Democrats sided with censuring the man Green. I mean, what in the world? So to me, I have no.
Let's go back to astrology. I don't want to talk about that.
Well, that's part of it. That's
I really don't want to go there because can we skim it on that? I mean, how do we handle life under the current insanity?
This is connecting to yourself on a deeper level that you never did before, knowing that your higher self has been coming in. I mean, most of us are pretty psychic and have a good connection with our spirit team, and they will pull you through anything. We just have to ask.
And I've been asking mine to help raise the vibration of the collective by sending. I personally like to send love bombs. Just create things for our planet, because if we can do that, it never seems to work if it's you're just blasting an individual. But if you blast the whole planet with what you want, then those
Yes,
that you don't
Somebody.
really want to talk to or mess with are getting that love anyway.
absolutely. Send out love. Absolutely send out
That's
love
the
bombs.
only way
I send out love tornadoes. But it
yes,
starts in here
it
first.
has to
This is
start
my
here
point.
first. But
That's what
that's
I'm saying.
well, you're so right because that's the only way it can be.
I mean, really, and then honor that in others, right? Like,
Exactly.
we
And
haven't,
where they are, they may not be where you are
exactly.
spiritually. Just honor them where they are. They'll get there wherever they're supposed to be. It's none of your business what somebody else is doing.
No, but now when it comes to, and this is where and I'm going to try not to go. I don't normally talk politics, so
I know,
it's
babe.
not, it's
It's
not what
really
I'm trying
easy.
to
It's so
say.
easy to go down that rabbit hole because I mean it is connected. We, you know,
Well, and the thing is, right? This is our North Node. This is the collective North Node, Pisces. We have Saturn coming up in Pisces. Saturn's being restructured. Everything about, so Saturn is our structures, right? What we
right.
do day to day to make our lives work. Well, that's all being changed right in front of our eyes as he's in Pisces.
Yeah.
We have more of a say on the direction than we believe. This is we the people. That's about as political as I'm going to get. We got to stand together in
Yeah.
that respect, because without having that inner fortitude to stand up for yourself, to honor yourself, and to honor everyone else as a free sovereign being of love. I mean, there's a big chunk of the population doesn't want that, and I don't know how we deal with that, but I
You just
know
surround them in love and let it be. That's
that's
all you
right.
can
And,
do.
and
You
we
can't
focus
change anyone.
and what?
You can't change anyone. You just have to send them love. I love heavenly blessed, and I'm so glad we have each other. Isn't that the
Exactly.
truth?
Yeah.
We'll get through this horrendous time
I
together,
was
and
going
it's
to
going to
try
be
to
better on the other side.
answer, yeah, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about. This is an intense 2-year period. By 2027, 2028, we're going to see significant change. I'm going to stand by this no matter what goes on. Pluto went into Aquarius. We're seeing Pluto will bring up everything that's not working and shove it in your face. It's transform or die.
Mhm.
He does that not to be mean, not to be cruel. So you understand that you've been being played, you've been being duped.
Right.
So with Aquarius, who's just pretty much the same thing, all about freedom, all about the collective, wants integrity, truth, authenticity.
Yeah.
There is no way we are going backwards. There's no way. But
No.
as it's all playing out, I mean, this is the first time. I don't even know how long. It's been hundreds of years. 5 outer planets changing signs. We got
And
the.
how long has it been since they've been clusterfucked in Pisces like this?
It's been a while, but that's all on purpose. That's spirit talking to us.
Sure.
That
Sure it
spirit
is.
saying, "Feel me?" Really, that's what he's
Yeah.
saying. Do you feel
Yeah.
me? And helping us. I mean, we're just at the beginning stages of our psychic abilities and our intuitive abilities, but having that ability to trust your gut, that Virgo part of you, is just as important as having that psychic intuitiveness coming from your higher self, from your crown.
Mhm.
So and imagine them all linked together. Like I see the infinity symbol
Me
connecting
too.
all our chakras. Connect them all together, connect them all to your heart. This is
And I
this
bring
is
energy up from Mother Earth and from
absolutely, that's the best
Central
way to
Sun to
do
make
it.
that figure eight.
Yep. That's exactly how, I mean, that's where we get our energy from, Earth, and look at the Schumann resonance, and look at all the solar flares and all the all the different planetary aspects, all of that is energy. It comes down to us in light codes, in neutrinos, protons, electrons, neutrons, and it all has messages, and it connects to where, I mean, I don't know how any of it works. I just, what they're showing me. And our DNA has been permeated in this since, really heavily since 2012, right? But these last 5 years, it's just been, I mean, just, it's constantly unraveling more of yourself, understanding more of yourself. And you only do that by the dark night of the soul, unfortunately. You know, and a lot of people will,
I can attest to that,
will not look at their feelings. They'd rather believe all these lies than go inside and
oh
feel
man,
Think
people
for
don't want to
themselves.
look inside at all. Yeah.
No, they
and I
don't.
don't want to judge anybody, but that's the only way. The only way out is in.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
so
Nothing out there is going to make you feel good.
No.
true. And we're
You just keep
really being
buying
given
shit.
something very serious to deal with right now. As the sun is in Pisces and all these planets are there now, and I mean, just those 4 planets alone, going from 0 to 29, 29 to 0, 3 times each.
Wow.
It is death, rebirth, death, rebirth, death, rebirth. So Venus is saying, examine your beliefs. What do you love and value? Are you sure? You know, so as she's in retrograde, that's her. Now she's in Aries right now, but she's going to go back into Pisces. In Aries, she's going, I am, this is what I love. But something has given her pause because she's now saying, I missed something. I missed something back there. Let me go see what that was. What did I overlook? You know, but and these things are so deep,
So interesting.
embedded. It is, isn't it? And Mercury's going to do the same thing. The very next day after this eclipse, Mercury's going to go retrograde, and he'll be in Aries. So he's like already psyched, ready to go, but then it's going to have to kind of wait a minute.
Yeah.
I forgot something back there. You know, you got to look at it like that. Like, so as they align and get their stuff together, those two will be out of that 29 0 degree by the end of April, beginning of May. But then we're going to have Neptune and Saturn go back over in the fall during the next eclipse season. And the on the 30th, we have, no, the 29th, we have the Aries eclipse, a partial. This one's total. And this is over top. I'm sorry, I sent you the, man, I was getting all heated. You got the slideshow because it covers all of North America, Canada,
Oh yeah, that
America,
is so cool.
Mexico.
Hang on, let
Yeah,
me find it.
it's like, what? It is so crazy. But this is us. Look at that.
Isn't that amazing?
Amazing. So all of it. And we can see, this is why I was bringing up what's going on in the external world, because it matters. It all matters. It's all saying something about this. But I do believe it's going to help elevate it, you know, eventually.
Yeah.
But isn't that cool?
Wow. Yeah.
Big. We're in some epic, big time energy, life changing, history making. And we're all a part of that, you know, and we
We
get to
are
decide.
indeed.
Yeah, we get to decide on what part of that, and just by doing
Here we
doing
go.
the best you can for you is enough. You know. You didn't want to look at any other of the slides?
You want me to go ahead and go through them?
Yeah.
Sure. Hang on.
I mean, this is about us connecting to ourselves.
Heather, you want to read?
Sure. Full moon, total lunar eclipse in Virgo, 23 degrees. With the upcoming full moon total lunar eclipse in Virgo in 2025, it is time to clean up the past so you have space for the future. It is about creating a plan, according to Saturn, opposite the full moon and conjunct the sun in Pisces. However, it's not about controlling the plan. It's about working in the moment and surrendering to the outcome. You will work from a more intuitive flow with a sense of discipline. This is a wonderful time for a new chapter, and many of you will awaken spiritually around this time.
That's really interesting because I just had a reading and it actually follows so much of what you've been saying, Valerie. Like she saw these strings and they were being plucked one by one. And I said, and she said, and so what is this? You're being tested. I was like, bloody hell, no shit. And these strings, it's of course, it got more involved to find out why and all that. But I also asked about my future to some extent, and this is exactly what was said. What is in this slide? You just gotta sit back and let it happen. Because I hate not knowing.
I know, me too.
I cannot stand not knowing
Me too.
where I'm going next. And
Right.
it's in the stars. It's like, just chill, don't worry.
And that's everybody. This is the crazy thing. All this work we've been doing since 2012, since the last 5 years, changes at this equinox.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And it's not just going to be a one quick shot. We're cultivating who we are for the next year or two.
Wow. 3 reasons to prepare for the full moon lunar eclipse. You'll wrap up patterns going back to 2005. Where were you in 2005? I just moved back to the States.
Oh, wow.
With my husband. You're in the best position to grow and mature. You're being tested. Here's again. Move ahead responsibly.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's all playing out in my life. I can see it. It's just like,
Lunar eclipse in Virgo. Intentional actions pay off. Rethink relationships. Complete contracts. Make thoughtful decisions. Freely express your emotions. And it's time for road opening.
Yeah. Open road, Priscilla. Wow.
Open road.
Yeah.
The lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse helps purge and release things from your life that no longer serve your higher purpose and destiny. People, situations, and outdated ways of being may leave your life around this time. During an eclipse, the moon blacks out the masculine left brain energy, and the feminine right brain is flooded with instinctual and intuitive energy. This makes the unconscious become conscious. Ooh, sweet.
I love that. Love it. So true.
Oh, and there's that one again. It's an amazing how big a view it is here.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. And even the one on April 8th last year, it was just that sliver.
Yeah.
This is all. It's crazy.
Okay, the full moon and total lunar eclipse in Virgo, kicking off eclipse season, and it's time to reflect deeply. Understand what you may need to allow to be transformed in your life. The month ahead may require a lot of trust. Aligning. To work with this full moon and total eclipse in Virgo, it's time to be honest, reflect honestly, and on what has and hasn't been aligning in your life. Open yourself up for any necessary personal transformation. Welcome fated events and spiritual evolution.
Sounds good to me.
And this is so important, right? Because as we readjust ourselves on the inside, our beliefs, our perception, all of it, we still have to have that trust with the divine. It's like you're in this never ending free fall, trust fall, you know?
Yep. Exactly.
Serious.
The leap of
Great.
faith,
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
like the zero card, the fool.
Yeah. And that's exactly what this is, 0 point. Because when you hit that zero Aries, that's 0 point. You're starting
Yeah.
all over.
Starting all over.
Yeah.
Eclipse is 2025. Total lunar eclipse, March 14th. Full blood moon, 35 degrees Leo. Then September 7th, a full blood moon, 17 degrees Aquarius.
Why does
Partial
it say
solar.
35?
I'm sorry.
I'm sitting here going March 14th, full blood moon. Why is it saying 35? Leo. I'm sorry, I didn't even.
That's I think.
That's
Is that
not a
the one for
degree.
September? I don't know.
Set
Let's
degree.
move on. It's wrong, so we're not going to watch
Yeah,
that.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't even catch that before. Like, what?
Okay.
This is a good one.
Go ahead, Heather.
Okay. March 2025 brings a powerful eclipse season, opening a portal for karmic release and purpose activation. It begins with a lunar eclipse in Virgo on March 14th, illuminating where we've been holding our outdated stories, patterns, and attachments, especially the ones that gave us a false sense of control or safety. Now, this eclipse acts like a cosmic mirror, showing us the karmic loops, the South Node. We're finally ready to close. And the soul lessons, which is in the North Node, we're being asked to step into, even if they feel unfamiliar. Then on March 29th, the solar eclipse in Aries arrives, igniting a new chapter, one that asks us to claim our desires, move boldly towards our purpose, and trust in our own ability to forge a new path. Together, these eclipses create a cosmic handoff. First, clearing what we no longer belongs there, and then initiating a new cycle aligned with your soul's true calling. The North Node pulls us into courageous expansion, while the South Node reveals the patterns and comforts we must release to grow. This is not a time to cling to the past, no matter how familiar. It's a time to witness it, honor it, and then let it go. So you can step boldly into your destiny, fully aligned with who you came here to become.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful. And that releasing out of the South Node, right? Like I said, Virgo has there's a lot of those attributes we're going to keep and grow with. But those
Right.
ones that are not serving you, please release them. Same with the attributes of Pisces that aren't serving you. Release them too, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
I'll save those till later. Reality shifts. Even though you may feel stuck, your old reality is breaking down and a whole new reality is being put into place. That's why it's so important to dream big, you guys, outside
Yeah.
the box.
Mhm.
Changes are appearing in your internal and external reality. You may also experience unexpected challenges and conflicts as the lower frequencies try to pull you back into the old chaos. And chaos and newness collide as you're elevating to your new timeline. Regardless of resistance, the shift is happening. You can either surrender and flow into the new or be dragged. Just,
We know what that feels like.
yeah. Both ways. It's easier to surrender. Things are changing for the better, even though your physical reality may not yet reflect that. You can still feel it in your heart and soul. That's why it's so important. And it's also important to do the heart brain coherence. Connect
Yeah.
your heart to your brain. It
Yeah.
takes away so much anxiety.
Yes.
Let's see. In this time of transition, it's vital that you don't forget who you are. Ground your character as you adapt where necessary. You'll soon be in a completely new timeline. Spiritually, you have already shifted. Surrender to your physical transformation. I jumped a timeline the other day. I know that's what it was. I was driving down the highway getting ready to exit, and I had this black truck on my butt for miles.
Mm.
And I was in the HOV lane driving, doing 85. Well, the HOV lane ends, so you have to pull over, and my exit was next. As I pulled over, I looked in my rearview mirror, and he was gone. Just gone. There was nowhere for him to go. Just and I felt at that moment, I just went, holy shit, I just jumped a timeline. I don't know what it means. You know.
Well, that's based on, like, every moment we make a choice, we put ourselves on a timeline. But like you said, you just witnessed something miraculous.
Yeah.
That wasn't there. That's happening a lot too, right? And that goes with that trust in ourselves and the trust in the divine, and knowing I'm going to keep choosing the best next step every moment. And as I do that, the universe is, and my team is there. The universe is there for me, you know. And
it's true, and it is there for us. It really is.
Yeah.
If you allow it, you have to allow it.
Yeah.
We try so hard to make it instead of allow it.
Yeah. And sometimes they happen and we don't even realize it. So half of knowing that it's happening is recognizing it.
Yeah, it was very interesting to realize it, because there was no other explanation for it. A big black truck just does not disappear.
Right. It's so cool. And that's another thing with this Pisces season. This is the season of
miracles,
mystery, mystical magic. It really, if you believe it, and I don't know if you were saying to yourself to get rid of the truck, but something around you or in your field knew that, right? That it was irritating you. Really, is what it was.
There are a lot of people who can't really think in terms of miracles with it, but they can think in, how did that happen? You know, or what happened?
Well, that was me doing it. How did that happen? How did that just disappear? And then the only thing I could think of was a timeline shift.
Yeah. So cool. Okay. So cool.
The blood moon is the total lunar eclipse, March 14th. March's full worm. Full worm. I think it's supposed to be warm. Anyway.
Worm. It's a worm.
March's full worm moon is also a blood moon, another name for the total lunar eclipse. During a lunar eclipse, the Earth passes between the sun and the moon, blocking the sun's rays. What we'll see from Earth is the moon slowly darkening and changing color over a few hours, from bright white to an orange red.
Oh, that's cool. I want to go up on Horsetooth and see that.
It's so cool. Yeah, and it's like from midnight on the East Coast till 6 in the morning. And so, go 9 to 3 in the Pacific time, 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. But that blood red, that's a full, it's because it's full.
Yeah.
Moon. It really is. It's powerful. It will get us to release those things that we may not even understand how we got to that belief system,
or things that we don't even know we have. That's what do I know? What do I need to get rid of that I don't even know I need to get rid of?
Right. Exactly. And that's a perfect thing to say too. As I'm saying, show me my next best step. Show me what I don't know. You ask these things and they will bring it to you. They bring the information to you. All we have to do is ask, and it's available to us. And they want us to get used to that, because of this Pisces season, these last 5 years culminating to this moment, has been about us learning how that inner trust, to trust ourselves, to know that we are not alone. How many times has spirit showed up for you, and how many ways?
So many different ways. It's amazing.
Right? So
It
cool.
really is. When you don't get anxious and try to control stuff, because there is nothing you control in this universe. Not a damn thing. You just think you can.
Oh my God. And that is so important. That's that part of that. That's that part they hit of us, right? I'm going to call it the Virgo part or the Pisces part. But as we, how do you calm your nervous system? These are the things we got to bring in to give us relief. How do you calm your belly from being twisted in a
I
knot?
tell you, the first thing I do when I start getting anxious is 3 deep breaths. Where you hold it at the top of just for a second before you release it out through your mouth. I learned that in yoga many, many, many years ago, and I still use it all the bloody time.
Because it was.
Yeah.
It works, especially like, if you have a teenager living in the house and you need to take a deep breath every now and then.
Yeah. That's
Let me
never
read about Venus. You want to read about, want me to
Okay.
read this one?
Venus stations retrograde. That's March 1st through April 12th. Venus will retrograde through Aries from March 1st to March 27th when she re-enters Pisces from her exile to her exaltation. Now, Venus has a very different expression in these signs. The first half of this retrograde will have heated and brash qualities to it. When she re-enters Pisces, she's much more in tune with nuances, creativity, and depth of feeling.
In other words, she's going to be a bitch and then she's gone.
Something like that.
It's crazy. And so they're all 4 of those planets are going to be hit like that in their own distinct flavor, you know?
Sure. So another thing about Venus retrograde, the ends, reviewing investments, garage sales, honest conversations, reconnecting with old friends, and creative hobbies. Outs are getting married, getting engaged, cosmetic surgery, starting a new relationship, major financial decisions. All right. I hope you got that.
Absolutely.
Venus, vulnerability. Stay away from cosmetic surgery and permanent makeovers. Yes, I know you suddenly want to chop off your hair, but hang it. This is also not the best time to start new projects. Many will have to face old wounds related to their relationships with love, friendship, and finance. This is a good time to change your conditioning around these themes. Understand your trauma, dive into your trigger patterns, and make better and more responsible choices. Leave your ego aside. This is a good time to read self-help books around these themes.
Venus serious. Venus is so serious for us because that really is our heart. So what do we love and value? And it's changing slightly.
I don't know if I can read this.
You want me to?
Yes, please.
Mercury, pre-shadow, begins March 1st, 2025, 26 degrees Pisces. Retrograde, March 15th, 2025, 9 degrees Aries. Direct, April 2025, 26 degrees Pisces. Post-shadow ends April 26th, 9 degrees Aries. Pre-shadow, they're telling you exactly when Mercury's going in and out.
It's
too technical.
It's
go ahead.
Sorry, it's important because a lot of us. Okay, Mars just came out of retrograde not too long ago, and he's still stuck. He's still out of balance, right? Now, at the same time that these guys start going forward, where does it say post shadow ends?
April 26th, 2025, 9 degrees Aries.
Okay.
And then it
And
starts
that's
going
about-
to much later in the years.
Yeah.
And then you have it goes again in June through August.
Yeah.
And then
In
October.
October through December.
It's this one that's important, this one, because Mars is going to want to start going around the end of April. He's going to be ready. He's going to be getting his
Right.
movement back, right? He's kind of been out there, out of bounds, stuck in retrograde, and he hasn't moved off that retrograde degree, even though he's stationed direct. So I would say end of April, May is where if you're planning things, and this is the time, this is the planning stages time, this is the dreaming, imagining, this is doing the Virgo details, the Virgo lining it up.
That's timing is when my van's going to be ready.
See?
Interesting. Guys, you guys can see how this works. I mean, it's literally running through my life. It's insane. Okay, there's the rest of the retrogrades for the year.
Go ahead.
I think this is the last one.
Okay.
I didn't know if you wanted to talk about any of those.
Well, yeah, it's good to know. I mean, because we'll get a little, right now we're in the planning phase. We're going in, being with ourselves. That'll end around end of April into May. But as that one ends, something else goes in and goes for a review. When they go into retrograde, they're just reviewing. When is Jupiter's? October 9th? Oh, we did that one. Okay, November 11th. Yeah, see, November I think is big. And don't forget, Uranus, Jupiter, they change signs. Pluto's already changed signs. Neptune and Saturn changing signs to the same degree. Yeah, they can't even go back far enough to see when the last time that happened.
That's crazy.
I mean,
I love that we're in all new territory. Nobody really has a freaking clue what's going on.
No, we don't. It is so cool.
Before we finish, I was going to see if we if you wanted to talk about any of the questions or comments. Okay. So the first one that caught my attention is, and maybe I didn't highlight it.
Hi, Sharon.
Oh, this one. Sharon Sipe, it's wonderful to see you, dear. Thank you so much for being here. It's lovely.
Great to have you back.
Would you tell him to hurry it up, please?
I like that magic carpet ride, y'all.
Yeah.
White dragon. Yes, definitely.
So glad we have each other, us two. In the meantime, think of the timeline that you wish to live in, not the one he's in. Exactly.
Thank you, White Dragon. Perfectly stated.
And Laurie Huntsinger, I like the idea of welcoming fated events and spiritual evolution. It reminds me of staying in the now. Seems to be vital. I agree.
Oh, yes.
Staying in the now and dreaming big. The closer we get to 5D, the less karma has an effect on us. That's what I understand, that we're actually going to be karmaless.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Well, yeah. We won't be able to blame it on it anymore.
Yeah, who are we going to blame it on? No, we won't have anything to blame anybody
for. Exactly. That's all that's like part of the belief structure that we're releasing. And that's what all that dark nights of the soul and all the shadow work has been doing, is helping us realize
you can't take any of that crap with you into 5D. No. You have to be vibrating at a high enough level that you're not worried about you've taken care of all that shadow stuff.
Yeah. Right. Yes. We're very dynamic period.
People just went rolling.
Oh no.
Oh Lordy. No worries, Sheridan. It was lovely to see you. Hi, Denise McMillan. Thank you for being here. Thanks to all of you guys for being here and participating.
Thank you all.
Any closing words? For me, it's like, go within, make sure you're getting rid of anything that's not serving you, even those things you don't know about. I write things on a bay leaf and throw them in the fireplace or a candle, anything, whatever.
Yeah.
But some of them I've been writing down for years.
Yeah. It's like it's reloaded. We have to get rid of it again.
Exactly. Peeling that onion. So, and take care of yourself. Give yourself grace. You know, we live in tough times, and we're here for a reason. So keep shining your light no matter what. No matter what. Wear your red lipstick. Wear your blue lapis bracelet. Resistance bracelet. Show that you're in support of those that are being affected by the insanity. And we love all of you. Thank you for being here. Yes, Valerie, it does wonderful readings. I go to her every 6 months, and I highly support her, and her information is in the description of this video. Heather and I both do readings as well, and our information is in the description of the video as well. We all do Akashic Records. We all do psychic medium work, and healing. we all do.
We are definitely healers.
So,
I would say is like as this year and a half, 2 years plays out, don't let anyone take your autonomy. You provide yourself safety and security. No matter that, we have to somehow come together as groups when we come here, right? Or maybe find a physical group. But I don't know why I wrote this. We've given our power away to systems that rely on the fact that we stay confused.
Yeah.
Try to stay aware of that, really feel into it. Because I'm not doing business with someone I feel, maybe a while ago I would, it doesn't matter. I need him as a lawyer. No, if I feel that way about somebody, I'm not doing business with them.
I step away. I'm not interested if the vibe doesn't feel good nowadays. And you can get away with it as a crone. Even you can get away with a lot as a crone.
Well, see, and that's just it, right? We had to wait to become crones to get away with going with our gut.
I know, right?
That's crazy. And
it is crazy.
And the way that all the kids are, you see these kids now, they don't take no shit. They really don't. They're pretty, we raised them really good, right? You got to think of it like that. They were raised pretty good. So, and I'm not saying everybody, we all have our struggles, but it is us trusting the universe, having that trust fall. Absolutely. And just believing in ourselves and believing in a higher, like White Dragon said, see the timeline you want. You really got to
dream it big.
Dream it big. And when you're dreaming, feel it. That's how you bring in, that's how we make magic. Yeah, I can dream and see it. But when you're really feeling those details of that dream, and there's Virgo, the details, right?
Details, making it happen.
Yeah. Virgo is very psychic. Very psychic. So
ladies, Valerie, when are you going to be on again?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. Friday with Diana on the actual eclipse.
On the eclipse, great.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else.
Heather and I'll be on Tuesday, holding space, what it means, how to do it. Simple. But that'll be our show on Tuesday. And then next Saturday, we have our friend Jenny. She's
Jenny.
On. So
Jenny. Oh, Jenny.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And yeah. So thank you for being here tonight, you guys. Valerie, thank you as always. It's so helpful. I can't believe how my life is being
directed
by the stars.
I didn't want to come in and be like too serious, but if we can see that most of what we believe in and participate in is stuff that was meant to keep us from actually being free,
Yeah.
It's important. Thank you, White Dragon.
Thank you, White Dragon. Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you next time.
Y'all have a
Good night, everyone.
love, much love.